guy told us to Moss. I'm not Moss. Yeah, all the guys. You know, I know I told the Post. I know I told it to Master and I told it to Garrett. You know what I mean? Those same jokes that they're not back in, right? I'm not Moss. Yeah, all the guys. You know, but you know, they gotta go out there and put in the work, right? You guys are gonna pass them, right? I promise you this. You're gonna pass them, right? And they're gonna be in the same place, talking the same shit. Talking the same shit. Talking the same shit.
You are now in tune with Broadband Bullies. We've been to need to know one, baby. Let's go. Word around, they see words around. These niggas tryna check it's okay. Turn around, I'm talking man down. You niggas gon' respect cause I ain't playing with these niggas, I ain't with it. Back against the wall, man, I'm out here tryna get it. I ain't running from nothing. Tell him I ain't nervous, I ain't running from nothing. You can tell him I ain't nervous, I ain't running from nothing.
Good, Chris. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we live? Yes, we're live.
Are we live?
We're live.
Yeah.
We're live now, people. What up?
We're live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with Bgst. We got some interesting topics for the day. As you guys come in, you be so kind. The like button. We're gonna have some fun. Who's just hitting me back here? All right. What's up, there, everybody? What's going on? Everybody, let's start from left to right. You guys can introduce yourself. What's going on with you, Chris Steele?
Oh, you know, just hanging out, sitting here, waiting to go on the air. Zaire's telling me he's running intros. I couldn't hear shit. I don't know if the audience could hear shit. I don't know if the rest of our BGST crew can hear anything. But Zaire, next time, if you need an intro ran, your boy Chris Steele's got you covered.
You can run yours now if you like. Yeah, I told you run it.
Oh, okay, I'll run mine now.
Yeah, run it.
Welcome to BGST. Here's your host, Zaire.
Yeah. What's going on? Hey, Neff, what's going on with you, good brother?
You know, sitting back, playing the Master Chief Collection, the GOAT Halo 3. And, you know, that was a dope intro post I put up. I wish you would make a video.
Yeah. Right. Okay, like I said, shout out to everybody. Did Tim ever get back yet? Well, not. Xbox, what's going on with you, good brother, Xbox?
Yo, chilling, man, chilling. It is the night before Forsaken comes out. I think that when Ness said Halo 3 and greatest of all time, that was a little cheap shot in my direction, but that's okay. Brother between brother, it's all good. It's about what we were talking about behind the scenes or whatnot. But I'm excited, man. Another BGST. We got to get in. There's a bunch of shit to talking about. We got people in the rap industry, in the gaming industry, calling people out and stuff like that. It's crazy, man.
All right, Crap, Crap get back yet?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. What's going on?
Okay, at least it works this time. Yeah, man, you know, just making fun of puddles, living my best life, you know, doing all that kind of cool stuff, and just having a good time, man. Gaming, having some fun, waiting for some of these games to release that are about to come out. Looking forward to it, man. Good times.
Yeah. How about that water, right?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, that water is something, man. That kiddie pool stuff, man.
That's tsunami. Yeah, that's like King Pride's power, where you can shift right through it. It doesn't even get affected.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about exactly, but I was talking about Spiderman.
Hey, I'm just talking about one of your most anticipated games, Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Oh hell yeah, man! That's been my game of the year the last 2 times, man. Hell yeah.
All right.
Very excited for that.
All right. Did Tim Dog ever get back?
Tim Dog's not in here.
No. Oh, he wasn't.
Probably looking for a treat.
All right. Well,
I got stuck in a puddle somewhere, man. We gotta help him.
Okay.
All right, no, puddles dried up, bro. They dried up.
Like I said, I got a few topics today. We got Anthem DLC 3, Spiderman releasing early. Actually, I got to play it Sunday, a little bit of it. Give you guys my thoughts about what I played so far. What else we got? Mike Ybarra calling out Sony over crossplay on Twitter. Microsoft showing some balls. The Master Chief Collection, huge update. We could talk about that also. What else we got? Did I miss anything? Tomb Raider. Maybe a downgrade from what they showed.
You know, PUBG officially releases tomorrow as well.
Okay.
1.0.
Okay, we can start off with that. We can start off with that. PUBG officially releasing tomorrow. I haven't played PUBG since maybe, I don't know. I was live streaming and I got down to second. And I got lagged out, and when it brought me back into the game, it put me right in the middle of some crossfire and right by the field. And I haven't played this since then. I heard they fixed it, but I heard, are the achievements and everything coming back tomorrow, or will they be there tomorrow?
Achievements will go live tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now,
hey, Xbot, do you know if those are retroactive or?
Yes, I was to ask.
You know, I've been hearing, and like, don't put this, like, don't etch it in stone as like the 11th commandment or anything like that. But I've been hearing that it is retroactive, that they're going to start triggering tomorrow as well. I kind of wish that they didn't do that. I know Crap, you got a lot of time that's, goes to other things.
Here's the thing though, right? Like, I don't know that I'll be spending a ton more time on that game. I'm gonna try it out a little bit.
They got that war mode, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but for me anyway, it'd just be nice to be kind of compensated with the achievements a little bit. As far as what I've already done, if they,
the lady Snaps, she's really into PUBG. She gets like newsletters, stuff like that, and from what I'm seeing from her, she's saying that it is retroactive, so whatever you have done, your achievements will start popping tomorrow. So in her case, I know she's got to turn the game on and wait like 2 hours because like she plays that game religiously, man. So she got a lot of achievements.
Okay.
I hope I at least have one.
Here's a question: Do they have a list of the achievements yet or no?
I believe there is a list out there. I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to look right now, though.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Neth, can you do that?
I guess so.
But you said they have a new mode called what?
It's a war mode. It's basically when you die, you respawn.
Basically like team deathmatch.
Yeah, it's a team deathmatch that they're putting into PUBG as well to give
free?
it a little. Yeah, yeah.
They needed to do that to give it a bit of variety, in my opinion.
Yeah, so you're getting that. There's just kind of like a training mode as well. So if you feel like you're lacking in certain things, you can pick like parachuting in order to become a better parachuter. Like you'll drop down repeatedly and see how far you can go with the parachute. Gunplay and stuff like that. So there's a training mode as well that you and your friends can go into and mess with. And then of course they got the traditional PUBG basically Ethiopian survival. The last person there gets a chicken dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wait, is that all free tomorrow for people that pay $30 with some DLC?
Yeah. That's all coming out tomorrow. Anybody who bought it in preview program, they're automatically going to get the update. And anybody who buys it, tomorrow moving forward, it's automatically going to be in the game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Why you thinking about getting back in there, man?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna check it. Listen, I like the game. I just didn't, when I was playing it just didn't work.
They were Microsoft. Yeah, they were in a big hurry to get that game out for the holiday. Which I mean, you can't really blame them, man, trying to get that. So like, and it worked. I mean, mission accomplished with what they wanted to accomplish. So, it's pretty cool. But I mean, I'll hop back in and try it. But honestly, there's just so many games out right now that are. Just doing a good job, and like I'll probably go back to it, but probably not for long.
Playing Destiny 2 tomorrow.
No, he is not.
I 100% will not be playing Destiny 2. You know what's funny about it was? Did you see that Anthem is gonna do free DLC? Right?
Yo, they did that on.
Is that not a death blow to Destiny?
No, not at all.
No, because people are willing to pay hundreds of dollars for DLC.
Why can't people play both? That's
But I'm just saying, man, like because Destiny for one thing has had 2 games to get it right and still haven't, and they're still charging people a lot of money for DLC. Like that's very kind of anti-consumer. And when you see EA who gets so much crap for being anti-consumer, and they're actually being better to consumers than Activision, like eventually that's going to turn on Activision.
EA got caught out in Star Wars, man. They have to show that they are better than that. So they will be nice for like a couple years going down. But when it comes to Destiny, Crap, you got to look into this more. When you get Forsaken, you're going to get when seasonal content drops until next year. people who just buy the base game are still gonna get new activities.
Man,
they're gonna
Destiny's
get
a scam.
legendary weapons. They're gonna get armor.
Here's
And
the
they're still
thing,
gonna get a
Bot.
bunch
Here's
of
the
stuff.
thing, Bot. I saw, I think it was Luca posted like the top players amount of time that people have played on that game, and Mooch had 30 some days on it. Like, I don't have 30 some days to put on that game, right? Like, 30 some games should be enough to get me through 30 some games. You know, like, just being honest, like, that's I don't have time to spend grinding for stuff.
Crap, just call it out.
Like,
Destiny's a fucking scam. They sold you a demo and they want you to pay for the rest of the game. That's how the first game is. That's why Destiny is trash.
I'm not really
Don't
gonna
be nice
knock it.
about it.
I know other people like the game. It's just not for me. You
Nah,
know
fuck that. Destiny's a piece of shit. Anyways, Xavier Bay with the $5. Yeah, I gotta pay the bills. I gotta pay the bills.
Destiny 2, Neth. All right, man. Let's
Destiny 2 is a piece of shit. All
real here.
right. Xavier Bay with $5 says it's not just the puddles. The Spidey suit looks dull and the lighting is trash, but who cares? You're still gonna play it anyways. Well, Xavier Bay, you are right, but at the same time, do you have that same energy for that new Tomb Raider footage?
Oh.
I'm asking for a friend. And Tip Diamond with the $2. What up, Z? BGST panel. What's up, Tip
Diamond?
Yeah. Hello.
What's up, dude?
What's up, man? Hey, man.
Hello.
Hey.
¿Cómo estás?
Say, ¿Cómo estás, bitches?
El Crapgamer.
Crapgamer.
Way to say that ever.
Oh, no, crap crazy. That's racist. Yeah, but
Master of disaster.
Well, like I said, me personally, I've never gotten into Destiny 2. I didn't like Destiny 1.
Smart man.
I tried the demo. I'm gonna be fair. Here's my thing. I tried the demo of Destiny 2 when they made it the public beta or whatever the case. To me, it just played very slow. And me coming from Gears, 60 frames. And here's the thing. I've never complained about frames, but me going and playing Destiny, it seemed very slow compared to other shooters. Now I got the whole 30 frames.
You played the beta.
30 FPS for first-person shooter is trash.
Yeah,
30 FPS for first-person shooter is trash.
Yeah, I kind of got what people was, 30, 60 frames or whatever the fuck.
I'm more into the joy of being a gamer. Like, I can go from Halo 5 60 FPS and then go into Destiny 2 and still have a good time on each one of them. You know what I'm saying? When
you don't feel like it moves sluggish, you don't feel like it moves slow, and
it's slower.
It's crawl.
It's slower, but to me, they're two different games, so I approach them differently.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you.
But the lineage is there with Halo being made from Bungie, and now Bungie's doing Destiny. I feel like I don't feel like Destiny moves quite fast enough.
Well, Halo was 30 frames.
If you want and go 60.
Yeah, but they could speed up the player movement. I think it just moves slow.
I think Bungie.
I cannot believe
this
dude is over here talking about Destiny. He cannot.
Yeah, Forsaken tomorrow, brother. Tomorrow, brother.
Wait, here's the thing. Hey, now,
millions of gamers are excited right now.
Hey, now,
we're allowed to be.
Hey, Bot. Now again,
they're excited for a month when they max out again, and then they'll be back to saying that they.
Oh no, dude! I bought the $80 version. I'm getting.
Man, they really got you there.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you and the Destiny fans out there. I tried to go in and when I was in the. I was in the DM. I'm still in the DMs with you guys, and then I was like, "Hey, I'll run a game with you guys." But because I only ran like that one time, those raids, and I never came back. Like I was shunned. Like oh yeah, don't listen to him. He just don't. He's a part-time Destiny player. Like,
oh my god,
what?
they pulled the race card on you.
Who said that?
Yeah, they pulled.
Who said that?
I'm just saying, like I came in and I said, "Hey, look, man, I'll run."
Hold on, did somebody say that, or are you just?
No. I took no because nobody answered me back. Like I'm like, hey, I'm down to take a run before I go on vacation. And
well, see, I'm kind of me personally. I was chilling out until tomorrow, basically.
Well, this was before I left. This was earlier last week. So I was
I wasn't hardcore on the game like the week before the new DLC. I already did everything I had to do. I went in and tried Gambit a couple times, but other than that, man, I've been playing like Dead Rising 3. I got in on the Master Chief Collection. I was playing Forza Horizon.
Hey, Bot. Now listen. Now my integrity. Here's the thing. Here's my disclaimer. My integrity is always in question, right? Now we would hate to question your integrity. You're the same man.
Oh shit!
You were the same.
I get
man,
that at least once a show, man.
You were the same man. Amping for goddamn the crack and not having no goddamn body. Now,
well, see, that's why they took it out, man. They're sewing it together right now, man. You didn't know that?
Destiny is slow as hell, bro. I'm sorry, I can't get with it.
Look, I wouldn't even mind it being slow, but the fact that I paid $60 $100 for a glorified demo. Like, I can't support that.
Well, I think the game is deeper than that. But me personally, it was kind of like
all the enemies on the screen. Like you can quickly get overpowered if you don't know what you're doing in that game. And so,
but the thing of it is that there's a group of you guys that go in and then you shun other gamers.
I shun nobody, man.
Bro,
I'm sorry I didn't roll out the red fucking carpet for you, but just see me on. See me on. You just jumped in. That's all.
Listen to the shade already. I'm over here just explaining a point. I didn't even point you out, and you over here got a guilty conscience.
Damn.
I go in here, I play the game. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm like, if I decide if I want to get that DLC, I'll go ahead and let me get my light up to 400 or whatever, or 390, whatever the limit was.
Because I was like, you get a token with the DLC. It's going to bring up your level, so this way you can actually.
Well, I wanted to take one more run before I left to get my light up, because I was already at like 340 or something like that. So I was like, it shouldn't take that long, right? So when I brought that up and then nobody didn't say anything back to me, I was kind of like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, I thought you guys were encouraging other people that hasn't really jumped into this.
I'm doing my best, man. I'm doing my best.
I mean, nobody didn't say anything. So I was kind of, and it's not like that when I came in and I played with you guys on that raid that I was trash. I mean, I held my own. I did what I was supposed to do. You can testify to that. So it was like, damn, like these dudes are, and that's the one reason why I cannot get fully into Destiny. It's because there's guys that really feel like you have to be on that game hardcore at all moments of time when they want you to. And so I was kind of like, well,
and they call you like last minute. It's like, all right, guys, we're gonna do a raid, and like the raid will take a long time.
How much time do you have in that game?
Like 47 days.
God damn.
Okay, well,
God bless you, man.
Dude, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. So when it comes to me,
dude, hey, listen, man, I get it. Like, trust me, I'm not knocking it. Like, we joke around because we talk about that's what we do on these shows, is talk about it. It's not my type of thing, but some people like those real grinding, like grind fest games, man. Like PC gamers, for one, have been gaming like that for years. Just grinding around. I get it. For me, man, it just doesn't suit my lifestyle. Just, you know.
And saying back at you, Crap, I mess with you all the time, but I know like every game, there's no game that's like made for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I like messing with you when I find a game that you're not into, but I am. But
I hear you.
Okay, hold on, we pay the bill.
Hey, we gotta get a GoFundMe for Tim. He needs a new mic.
Here, let me pay that first bill there, Z. So Xavier Bay coming back at me. Neth, yes I do, but wasn't that captured on PC and console? What are you saying? Well, Bay, let me ask you, was that footage we saw today of her shifting through the water with no reaction, was that captured on an Xbox One X, or was that captured on a PC? Either way, it looked a little bad. I'm sorry.
No, that did. Did y'all guys already talk about that?
No, not really.
Just sit there and hold you guys down hostage talking about fucking Destiny.
Yeah, we can we can go right into that one next. Let's hold up some more. You see him all day.
You want to read the next one?
Yeah, go.
All right, so all day, and I'm just quoting him. Ask Mr. Chris Copper about his crossplay post.
Yeah, let's get into this real quick. What I said on Twitter, and I will read it verbatim because I was quoting Mike Ybarra's tweet about Sony and wanting crossplay. I said crossplay with PlayStation will never happen until developers stop putting their games on PS4. I get it. That's too drastic. They want to make money, so just cut the multiplayer aspect from PS4 games. They're too busy with those single-player bangers anyways. All day, I'm sorry that a little tongue-in-cheek and humor and, overall fun things that I like to do on Twitter is a bit over your head, sir. So let me explain this to you.
Oh, shit.
Multiplayer crossplay won't happen because Sony won't allow it. And the only way it would ever happen is if developers stop putting their games on PlayStation. Now, Bethesda's already doing that with that stupid card game. But if they really want to force Sony's hand, they don't put their games on their system. It's that simple. But we know that will never happen. So I don't understand why this is so hard for you to see that it was tongue-in-cheek. It's a bit of a joke. I like to consider myself a borderline comedian, but I wouldn't even say comedian because that would do a disservice to the real comedians out there. I'm just an asshole, if you want me to be honest.
All right. right.
Man, I knew the hell of a father. So J Club Show says, anyone playing DayZ on the Xbox One X? It's running pretty well. I'm actually not. Bot, have you tried it?
No, man. I'm tired of zombies, dude. I really am, man.
I hear you.
I haven't
You're not
bothered.
the only one. I actually want to try the game because I heard it's running phenomenally well on the X.
You know, that's the last thing I expected, Crap, to be real with you.
I did too. I heard that it was running phenomenally well. So I haven't had a chance to pick it up yet because the zombie thing. I am burnt out on that like completely. The last. Yeah, I don't know.
My lady's getting pumped up over Z Nation coming out in a couple weeks, and I'm like, yo, I'm done with this for now. Like,
I guess there was a little bit of the saturation, man. Like I ran that course with the zombies really years ago. And it's like, just I don't watch Walking Dead. I don't care about any of that stuff.
That's still a thing.
Yeah, apparently.
Damn.
A lot of people watch it, man. Every Sunday we'd have to cut our show off at like when the time came that the show came on because everybody would go watch
the only thing I'm still into when it comes to like zombie culture, to be really honest with you, because they changed the story where they're focusing more on other like factions of people now. So they changed the story.
That was a good show the first few years when I was really into it, and then just like I got real bored of it, and then everything was zombies, man. Everything is zombies, man. Everything. It's like this is let's call them something else because zombies. They all know it's played out, so let's call them Zeds or clickers or walkers or this. Ugh.
When it comes to DayZ, there's only one thing I'm concerned about. Now, that game on the PC is one of the most like toxic communities out there, and they mess with people so bad. There's like groups of people that go in with all their weapons and they just mess around with people, make them do weird shit.
You mean grief them?
Yeah. And it's one of those. It's a big griefing community, and I just don't want to see that game evolve into that, like on the Xbox, man.
I guess that's with any game. Like, look, they ignore poor Black Kamego on Destiny. They wouldn't talk to him. He was
so speaking about Kamega, you want to dive into that topic?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, about the which one? Which one?
The Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I seen that. I came, I just got home today, and then so I just seen it, and I was like, what the hell? But I just wanted to say the thing that I seen with that, I was like, whoa, this looks horrible. There was no splash, anything like that. But then you could go back and watch the Xbox One X version of Digital Foundry's video, and it looks completely different. So I do have to ask, is that game being played on the PC? Is this
2080, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, is this like the actual gameplay? I mean, is this
didn't they only have it on
significant downgrade? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't trust GameSpot anyway, so I don't know where the hell did they pull that out, but it did look bad.
Wasn't it at Gamescom? It was just 1080p and low settings on the PC that they were showing.
Yeah,
so.
because they were showing ray tracing. Where's our boy ray tracing Willie?
Ray
tracing Willie.
Where's he at? Usually he's here talking about how great that stuff is, but yeah, like I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But
just click that link there, Z. Show everyone what
the only footage that I've seen from it is the Digital Foundry, really, which looked amazing. That was specific.
I will tell you, Crap, this does not look amazing what they showed. Not saying this is what the final product will be, but goddamn.
Put the link here again. You know what I think it is? I was talking to Porter Rock about this earlier, right? And it was saying about it being more or less downgraded or whatever the case may be, or not looking as good, right? I will say this. I think it looks just about as good as Rise of the Tomb Raider. But when Rise of the Tomb Raider...
No. I'm playing Rise of the Tomb Raider now.
Yeah, that shit looks way worse, bro.
Let me out.
Rise of the Tomb Raider looks amazing.
No, here's the thing. Like, when Rise of the Tomb Raider came out was 2015 or so. We were still new to this generation. Everything was like, oh shit. But I'm just looking at it. They just took the same assets that they have there, and then really, to me, I just beat Rise of the Tomb Raider. I just beat it last month before last. It doesn't look anything now. Now, I don't think Rise of the Tomb Raider looks as good as the games that we're getting now, and developers feeling how to get all the juice out of these consoles and pull every corner. I think that's more or less what it is than anything, you know what I mean? But it just builds on top of the assets that they already had, you know what I mean?
I totally disagree with that, because I'm playing the game right now as we speak. I'm right at the end.
And you think it looks the same to me.
No.
That's not the gameplay we're referring to.
I'm talking about 2. I'm talking about what you said about 2 in their head didn't look good. It looks amazing with the enhancements of the X, man. It really does. So it is to me, it's like this version. I don't know. Like I said, this looks bad. This doesn't look any better than 2, like you were saying, if that's what you was trying to mean.
Yeah,
but
it looks to me this doesn't look any worse than Rise of the Tomb Raider. No, I'm not talking about the remastered.
That right there looks terrible. There's no splash. There's nothing. I don't know what's going on here. It looks good, but the realistic physics of what Tomb Raider gives you. Because I mean, I'm looking at
you see that shit?
Yeah,
I'm watching it right now. Actually, see, you know what's interesting is
I wouldn't be worrying about Puddle about this shit.
The feed is 60 frames, so you have to wonder if it's PC footage or if they got it on the 60 frame low detail.
On the X.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way, this looks horrible. There's no excuse.
Well, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah, well, because I mean, all you got to look at the Digital Foundry. After you get done with this, go to the Digital
This
Foundry.
shit look better on the fat Xbox.
Listen, how about this then? In true BGS form, right? You want to see next gen in true form? This is running on the fucking PlayStation 4. This is not the Xbox One X version. This is the PlayStation version.
That might not be too crazy because earlier today I saw some footage. They had some screenshots of some of the new game where leaked Shadow of the Tomb Raider screenshots show young Lara Croft, right? And what's funny about this is because people are saying that this mimics Uncharted 4, right? But the screenshots show the prompt for the PlayStation console, so I thought that was a little bit weird.
This is the Xbox console. I just saw the controls.
Well, it might be running on PC,
or at least a PC, yeah. Either or.
Let me pay the bills real quick. Overdone said that the Tomb Raider gameplay was looking trash. No wonder Xbox are all about it, referring to GameStop tweet.
No, I mean,
you know what's funny about this,
Digital Foundry? Go after this, Z. Go to the Digital Foundry one, and you'll see that this looks completely different.
I don't know if they're trying to do the ray tracing shit, but this was bad.
Yeah,
Yo, Z, you know what's funny about this? We're looking at this right now, and I'm watching it on the show and everything like that. I didn't check it out before time, but even people on this panel who prefer Xbox are like, you know what, that's bad. But when it comes down to losing puddles, seeing a downgrade in a uniform,
we're still talking about
that, people out there on social media will turn a blind eye to that. There was nothing there at all. You see what I'm saying?
Look, my only stance on that was I thought that it might have been a bad screenshot at first, but then when the clear one came out, I admitted I was wrong about that particular scene. That particular scene does look worse.
All right, I'm on Digital Foundry now.
And I'm willing to admit it. I was wrong.
All right, hold on.
No, I got you, brother.
All right, well, I'm on Digital Foundry. What I'm looking for in Digital Foundry?
Yeah, go ahead.
Should be one of them up there.
Yeah, they did a breakdown of the 4K footage of Shadow of the Tomb Raider on the X. And it looks great.
I think you see right there.
4K. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks amazing. Like I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. The footage, like you could imagine if they weren't showing off that footage that Destin Legary showed from that PC thing or whatever, where it looked really bad, people would assume that that was just the Xbox version, and what we've seen has looked much better. So who knows? Yeah. I'll be interested. I'll personally
because of that 2080 Ti. It doesn't have its drivers and shit, so it looks horrible.
Yeah. So I'll play it on in 4K like I did with Shadow or Rise of the Tomb Raider when I played it through mostly the second time in the DLC. So like with that kind of game, I prefer the 4K 30 over. I know most people will probably play 60, but I bought the a 4K console and a TV so I could play in 4K.
Now, don't you see the difference? And they're going to show the same scene of what you seen with the water and stuff. So like I was just like, whoa, why does it look like that? I don't know. So I don't know, man. I don't pay attention. I haven't watched GameSpot anything in like maybe almost a year.
I don't know why they're releasing that footage though. They know it looks bad.
Yeah.
How silly is it that we're talking about water in two different games?
Yeah.
Because we're spoiled assholes.
I mean, like, I'm sure the games will be fine, and it's fun to poke fun and laugh about it. But goddamn,
hey, look. To be honest,
don't you see the difference? Like this don't even
I'm
look
watching
like
this. Holy shit! I'm watching this on the Digital Foundry thing right now, and it looks amazing.
Looks crazy. Yeah, Z can't even. He's speechless. Like, what the hell is going on? That's what I knew. I said something is wrong about this, Jack. Like, and they're going to show the same scene. Because I watched that full video from Digital Foundry. They're going to show the same water scene like you seen from GameSpot it looks completely different.
Maybe
like
that footage
I
was
don't
from
know,
the,
man. Like, 'cause they go into
PS4
detail
and
about
Xbox
how
One.
she gets stuck in the mud and how
Holy
the mud
crap,
is. And,
this looks great. Look how-
one of the
look how
coolest
nice
features that I always liked was when she got out the water, she wrung her hair and stuff like that. Like, you didn't see any of that. I don't know what the hell that was from GameSpot.
Maybe
Yo, K-Mega
Regardless,
over there in the living
you know,
room
on the
with his
Xbox
foot
or if it's
massager watching Lara Croft
If it
ring
was
her
on
hair.
PC, it looked horrible.
maybe that was base hardware they showed it on or something. You know,
No, I think that was the fucking PC shit, like what Greg Miller was playing.
it couldn't be not looking that bad. That looked worse than, you know.
No, because like the 2080 Ti doesn't have like its drivers yet, so it's all fucked up.
But shit, still, like, my God.
Yeah, see this set you're showing right now, it does not look like trash. Yeah,
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You see the difference.
I don't know.
Yeah, but like if you ever go to Craig Miller's tweet, Tim Dog did have it. It showed like what he played and looked fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I just want to point out in the chat, we are excited for the game.
Yeah.
Even it doesn't. We're not trying to tout it as an exclusive or anything like that. It's the last in the trilogy. It's supposed to be kind of like that over the top, kind of like, oh my God, ending to the third game in the series. And we're excited for it. Yo, you guys should be excited for it too. People who have a PlayStation, people who have an Xbox. I mean, Tomb Raider has been around for years. How can you like try to turn it down? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I mean, to me, it's like this. I got the same energy for this game like I do for Spider-Man. I don't care about no downgrade.
Oh, look at that mud. That
if the
looks
game
nice.
looks
Yeah,
good,
exactly.
the game looks good. If it's fun, it's fun. I don't care about the puddles or anything like that. Look, the game does look like it's downgraded, but if you really are excited for Spider-Man, then be excited about it. I'm still excited for Tomb Raider. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of it is like, hopefully, if that game comes out looking like the GameSpot trailer, hopefully they'll patch it, put the X enhancements on it, and then I'm ready to rock and roll. That's all I care about. And it's the same with Spider-Man. Like, if Spider-Man gets a patch later on, then it is what it is.
Wait, the water isn't reacting.
Yeah, you see the difference? Like, it's crazy.
No, it's not reacting though.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No.
It looks better graphically.
I guess you need the day one patch or something, but that part's weird.
Yeah.
I can see, but it still looks better graphically.
I'm looking forward to both. It's just funny that like you only get shit for realistically pointing out one.
Yeah. Maybe it was a lot going on in that scene though. A lot of shit going on in the background.
I don't know what's going on, but I gotta fix that.
Could have been.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. You'd be so kind to hit the like button. My man Seth Oy, I can't remember. Seth, say F Oy. I don't know. He said he's I am hyped for Anthem game, guys. We can switch I guess into Anthem. Today was, I don't know, was announced by them or announced on Twitter that all of the story DLC will be free. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
I think that's a shot at Destiny.
It definitely is.
Let's go.
I think
Value.
it's smart. It's smart for them to do that because of the backlash that EA faced during the Battlefront shit. It's smart for them to keep their player base so they're not fragmented. It's smart, and what they're gonna do too for people that want to spend money on some of these cosmetic things, you'll be able to buy cosmetic armor, so you know what you're gonna be paying for. There's no loot crates. This is awesome. This is great news. Anthem is gonna be the shit.
Yeah, no, Loot Crate, there's some free DLC. It looks like they might do paid for DLC, but not for the story.
Yeah, they said just for
all the story will be free.
Well, Neth, I'm glad you pointed that out because story DLC will be free, but like they might do a Bungie thing here, and when it comes to like raids and end game activities, different stories that are shooting off from the core story, that might be under a paywall yet. We don't know yet when it comes to that, but it's a good start. And yeah, they are calling out Bungie right now. I mean, you gotta look at how many players are playing Destiny 2, how many people are dedicated to that, and they want to show that they might have a better way of supporting the gamer in terms of content compared to something they're trying to rival right now. Man, it makes sense.
Yeah. That's a good response. That's a good one.
I mean, I'm down for both games. I think I got enough time to put in for both games. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Anthem. The gameplay I've seen so far has been fire. Like you have
their demo February 1st.
Yep.
If you pre-order or you have EA access, and I don't have EA access right now. So anybody got a free code for EA access?
I'm sure you'll find one by then.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Or just pre-order on Amazon, get your code, and then cancel that shit.
Yo, dude, I've seen some people try to do that with games in the past, and then Amazon kind of clamped down on them and wouldn't let them. So I'm not.
People are doing it.
I'm not gonna play Russian roulette like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's always worked for me, and Amazon's never given me shit about it. But
well, you know what? Then you do that. You give me a code, and then you cancel that order, okay?
All right,
brother.
I got you.
I mean, I don't know. I'm looking forward to the game. No, listen, is the what do you call it? Is the co-op gonna be ready day one, or they were saying no?
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be ready day one. Okay,
it's very much a shared world.
Multiplayer though, that's what they're not going to have versus multiplayer.
But the actual
which is fun.
Co-op campaign will be ready day one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's dope. Is it 2-player co-op? Or is it 4-people co-op?
4-player. It's centered around 4-player.
Oh, well, we can run through that. Run through the story.
Hell yeah!
That's dope.
I can't wait. Anthem was my game of the most anticipated game until they delayed it, but now it's my most anticipated game for 2019. So can't wait.
Shout out to my man here in the chat, TR. Here's another question statement. I see that Batman Arkham Knight or Arkham City got an upgrade on the X to, was it 4K 60? Is it native 4K 60?
I don't know about.
They haven't run an analysis on it yet, but
apparently it's 4K though, and there's a 60 option for like the challenge modes, but not during the game itself.
Oh, what do you guys thought? Have you guys any of you guys put it back in and take a look at it?
No, I already.
I turned it on for about 3 minutes and thought it looked great, and then played Arkham Knight for a little bit and thought, man, I wish they would have done this one instead.
Yeah, it's weird that they did the collection instead of Arkham Knight first. That's sort of.
I thought it was all the games. I was disappointed.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen for Arkham Knight. Them doing this just kind of would make me think that it would happen.
Okay, now how many Arkham games are on?
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
3.
There's 3
technically 4.
On the Xbox 3, on the Xbox One, is 3 Arkham games?
Well, there's Origins.
It's 4.
Origins. I forgot.
But it's back compat, but not digital. You have to have.
How many released this generation? Was it 1 or 2?
Just one.
Just one. Yeah.
All right. That was the.
And then they did their remaster collection and put.
Yeah, we're actually due for a new one or something in that franchise.
Superman. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's a question.
Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond would be
the best.
Yeah.
Me and Chris, we were talking about behind the scenes, and I'm gonna ask you guys, and you can give your opinion. When it comes to superhero games, right? You got Batman. Do you think Batman has set the level?
Yeah, of course, Batman set the level. Because when you think about superhero games before Arkham Asylum came out, what was a good superhero game? There was some run of the mill, that was okay. But there was never really a game that when you said, wow, holy shit. And then I think Arkham Asylum's in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the best comic book video game. So, I mean, that's say something about Arkham.
It was totally refreshing, right? So we got that one, and it wasn't perfect, but it was like that Uncharted 1 level. You know what I mean? Like where the base was there, and then that sequel, Arkham City, wow, that's where they really hit the stride. You know what I mean? Because you can adjust it to feedback and see what you did right, and then add new things. And so Arkham City to me was the pinnacle. I didn't like Arkham Knight as much. I thought they relied heavily too much on the Batmobile and doing like
the Bat Tank.
Yeah, the races and stuff.
With the Batmobile stuff, I know a lot of people did, but see, I'm a self-admitted Batman fanboy, so I get the people's gripes with the Batmobile shit because I
liked that it was in Chris. The part that I hated was where you had to do those races, like some of them like go up on the wall and stuff. That one of them, that final one took like an hour and a half, and I was just like, geez, you know.
And also all the boss battles were a fucking Batmobile fight.
Come on.
You fought Deathstroke and it was a Batmobile fight. That was weak.
Yeah, you know,
the funny thing is, I was
the
gonna
best
say
boss battles. Excuse 1 second. Were in Origins. I thought like where he fights Deathstroke and Bane and some of those, but that's like the least liked.
Because it wasn't made by Rocksteady.
Yeah, but I still liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
I was the only one I didn't
come in and crush this DC love here because, you know, right around the corner, we got Spider-Man dropping. We got an Avengers title in the works.
Spider-Man. Do we got the song, Chris? Come on.
Spider-Man. Well, that's what I want to ask.
When it comes down to it, that title that Batman holds in that book and everything like that, they might have to go in and start editing a little bit, you know, in the future. I'm just saying.
That's what I wanted to ask you guys. If Batman set the bar, right? And I got to play a little bit of the game Sunday. Batman set the bar as far as you know. Here's my opinion. I don't get caught up in the Marvel's better or DC's better. I don't care about none of that shit. A good game's a good game. And then why I think that the Batman Arkham shit was so dope because it had nothing to do with a movie. Then tied into no cheesy fucking movie or cartoon, and that was dope, right? And again, in my opinion, if I had to rate the two, I just think Spider-Man's a better game. Not, you know, I like Spider-Man more than Batman because you're gonna get that argument here or whatever or anywhere. It just, to me, it's just newer, fresher. And it seems like there's more they can do. You know, when the developers learned the hardware, you know, they can, you know, to me, like I said, overall, it's just a better game, in my opinion. Nothing about daytime or nighttime, and maybe somebody else may feel different. I don't have any. I'm not emotionally invested into the characters. Whether Superman's my favorite character or Batman, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? It's not that serious to me. But just viewing it from a game point, to me, in my opinion, Spider-Man is just a better game.
Because it's newer, that's why you think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think
it should be. Arkham Knight came out in what, 2015?
Yeah.
So, 3 years ago. I mean, you would figure that they're, you know, what they're doing, they should be updated a lot. But I did notice, and although I haven't played the game, that a lot of the enemies do suffer from that thing where they all look alike.
Okay.
Yeah, but so did Arkham Knight.
The Rise. The Rise.
Rise was horrible. I hated that part in Rise, right? Like,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, where everybody looked the same, man. That bugged me. And then in Arkham Asylum they did that, but in City they fixed it and it wasn't as bad. You know,
well, at least they put like masks on the guys to kind of make them be like, oh, well, they're part of Two-Face's crew or fucking the Riddler's gang or some shit.
But they all look exact. That's what I could tell. Like, it really breaks the immersion when that happens. Like in Arkham
they went
Asylum,
to Halloween USA and got a good deal on masks. You don't know that.
But in Rise they did that and it pissed me off. In Arkham Asylum they did that and it pissed me off. There was a couple other games too. Oh, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Everybody looked the same. Like there was like 3 types of enemies. It was ridiculous, and it really kind of takes you out of the immersion when like everybody's looking exactly the same, man.
That's why I'll say that I like Uncharted's platforming more than the gunplay because all the enemies kind of look similar.
Yeah, they also get into like these tombs that haven't been into in thousands of years, but they wait. Yeah, with crates and yet they're with wheels, mind you, and they're waiting for you down there with guns. They're like, "Oh my gosh, we just found our way into this tomb. It's awesome!" And then there's like a bunch of people down there with Uzis and stuff, ready trying to get you. So
yeah, and they shut the big door behind them.
All fairness in Spider-Man's favor, this is a game that is newer, but it's also made by Insomniac Games. That's different from Rocksteady, and 3 years isn't a long time. So the fact that they're competing with Rocksteady, you know, that's a testament to Insomniac's ability.
Yeah. I'm sure it's gonna be a fine game. I think it's gonna be really good, and I think people are gonna enjoy the game, especially if you're a Spider-Man fan. I don't think you have anything to really doubt there.
Another thing is, well, with Batman, you've had like I believe somebody on a panel said 4 titles. This is only the first Spider-Man to come out, so it's kind of not even fair, really. They've had 4 titles to really kind of, you know, get the gamers in on the first one, get new gamers in on the different iterations down the road, and you know, I still think Spider-Man is going to do great. You know, with all that being said, man.
Here's my opinion. I think when it comes to marketing, I don't think no game has marketed better this generation than Spider-Man. They took over all.
I agree to that.
I've seen buses, trains, all taxi.
Halo 5 was close.
Not, man. This shit here is.
But no, this shit's the next level.
Yeah, but see, you guys are like, I mean, I'm in the suburbs of Detroit, but I mean, we don't have a fucking pot to piss in over here. You know, we don't paint our subway cars like train or Spider-Man. We don't have them.
It's the fact that they did all that.
Well, I know exactly.
That thing's all over social media. It's crazy. Like, did you see Sony's headquarters? They just have like a huge spider symbol and web there now.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, now entering the bills here, Gamer M5 saying, Z, tomorrow your boys, Dealer, Colt, and Smooth are going to be exposed in the worst way. When those reviews hit, expect them to damage control like no other. And I will say, in my opinion, Dealer is actually excited for Spider-Man. Colt, I don't know his feelings. He probably is excited for Spider-Man, but I don't know about Smooth.
Yo, Z,
I don't know what
You guys,
cool against
hey,
Smooth,
I
man.
want to point something out real quick because I hang out sometimes with dealers and stuff and talk to him. He was on Crossfire and he said that he thought Spider-Man was going to get an 86 or 87 Metacritic. So
yeah, he's been excited for it.
if you guys really think that that he's going to have to damage control, then I would say you're not really following the content or anything like that, or what these people are saying. Nobody's, even I haven't really said anything bad. I mean, I thought it was funny that people were downplaying this because it was a Sony exclusive, and the way the media was like, "Oh my gosh, people are so silly for even bringing this up." And look at them, they're so silly. But they didn't think it was silly to bring up stuff about resolution or grass or any of this stuff, right? That was all fine. That was my point. I don't really care. I think the game's going to be fun, and I think it's going to score really well. But at the same time, it's like, do you guys even watch the shows that you complain about? Because nobody's ever said that it wasn't going to score well. We've all said it's going to be relatively high scoring.
I probably think it's going to have the highest Metacritic.
What do I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be
be
between 79 and 83, somewhere in between there.
I'm saying
I got it at 84. I only picked one. I'm not like crap. I'm not giving it a range. I said 84, which is still, that's a great score. I don't know why everybody's like, you got to give it a 10 out of 10. It's got to be 25 out of 10.
I think it'll probably get an 8. If you had me peg it down to just 2, I think it'd probably get an 81, 82, somewhere in there. But that's a fantastic score. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's going to get some a little bit all over the place because some people are just going to, might not be into that type of game. Some people gave Batman Arkham games bad scores, like it just depends on who's reviewing it and what they find to be enjoyable. But I think that it's still going to be scored. That's a good score.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'll be probably like 84 or above, just due to Insomniac's track record. And this game does look amazing, so I'm excited for it. But what do you guys think? Z, do you think it's going to score well? Okay, Mega.
Do I think it's going to score well? And I'm not one to get caught up in scores and stuff. From what I played, it just looks like a fun game. And again, with games I thought were pretty well, didn't receive great scores.
Mm-hmm.
What did God of War end up getting? 94?
Oh, that shit's like at least 95 or so. It's up there.
I don't think it's going to score higher than God of War.
Yeah.
Well, they just deemed God of War like that is the new Ark of the Covenant. That is the untouchable.
I'm gonna be honest. You know why? Because they I talked about this earlier too. Sony sent them out to do something unique. They gave you a way to get drawn to the characters with Kratos and his son, and gave you action. You know what I mean? Either you have a good story and then okay action, but they had great action and a story that got you invested in the characters. You know what I mean? Why it if you think of a God of War story, you don't really think about the story. You know what I mean? How and what happened to the mother? How did the mother die? Just that and the other. But I don't think Spider-Man's story is gonna be as well. But it may be more fun and easier just to pick up and play and swing around and just bug the fuck out. You know what I mean? And it's not that hard from what I played either. So that's what.
Von Lamont with the $4.99. Cut the bullshit crap. Most Batman games are in the 90s on Metacritic. They actually got comic writers to write the story for the game, just like the Arkham games.
Get him, Von. Yeah.
Von.
Okay. But what is your response to that crap?
About what?
Most Batman games are 90 plus.
Are they though?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not looking at them right now, so I'm not really sure.
As for me, I don't care. I never care about those scores. Just enjoy what the hell you like to enjoy. I mean, but I will say this. I mean, to try to even put Spider-Man in the same races of God of War, for them even changing my attitude about how how the game first came out to be, and then I think it's great.
Well, Arkham Knight is an 85 on Xbox One, so that's not a 90, bro. That's right in line with what I'm saying, guy. So but like I said, for me, I just don't care about the scores. Just enjoy the fucking game. Real talk. I'm saying it looks.
Mega, that is the most gamer.
Silence 91.
Because I hate talking about. I mean, I know that we have to talk about it in a sense because it is a topic for certain gamers. I've already said this game is going to sell better than the God of War. But in the realm of a great game. One of the games that's going to be considered to be game of the year compared to this game, Spider-Man, it's not even close. Spider-Man is going to outsell it, but it's not going to be a better, outstanding game than God of War, in my opinion. Not even close.
Yeah, but I don't even expect it to do that. Like either way, it's going to be a great game. You don't have to beat
Yeah,
God
it'll
of War
just
to
be a
be
fun game. I'm saying I don't even see as many gamers because the game is going to be more for just fun and activity and all that. That the most people that will buy the game will beat the game in that sense, like people did about God
Hey,
of War.
well, let me point this out as well. Okay, so Arkham Knight is an 85. You have Batman Arkham Origins, which is a 74. You have, so that's 2 of the 4 that aren't in the 90s, and then you have 2 that are. And I said Arkham City was the pinnacle, which was like a 95. So that basically corroborates what I just said, and I predicted that the game, especially on a first try at this type of game, and you think that they're going to get a 90 something. I mean, that's cool to think that, and maybe it will, but I'm just thinking a little bit more realistic in my opinion, and going with
what I saw, Arkham Knight was about 87. That's pretty close to 90. Arkham Asylum was a 97, so that's almost 100, and Arkham Asylum was a 91.
And that's a Metacritic score. I don't know.
Yeah.
For what I played of it, I wouldn't give.
Well, he said most of them are 90s, and I just said no, that's not true. 2 of them aren't.
Knight is almost a 90, and the other 2 are.
85 on the Xbox.
Origins is different though.
85 on the Xbox. That's not 90 though. When somebody
I
says
wouldn't include
factual,
Origins because
when somebody comes at you, Nathan goes factual. Most of them, which most would have been 3 out of 4.
I mean, I just clicked the first link that showed up, which is a PlayStation 4
I get
review.
you, but I'm just saying the Xbox One, it's 85, and I said Arkham City was the pinnacle, which it should be in the high 90s because that was just a simply phenomenal game. That's like the superhero game that all the superhero games are. People kind of compare it to because that was so well done, you know. So yeah, like, and Asylum came out of nowhere, man, and I don't think it's gonna do bad. I'm excited. Who else here has the collector's edition pre-ordered? I'm curious.
Oh, I got the Pro.
Who else has it pre-ordered in the chat that's sitting there saying that Crap is full of shit or that Crap's not excited for the game? Who else who put out the door for that?
Yeah, but I will say this, like I said, from playing, just looking at this gameplay here, it looks a little dated compared to Spider-Man.
It looks, but I mean, it's an older game. But Spider-Man takes this element of Batman. I mean, that's obvious when you look at the
you know what? I played a little. It reminded me of I would say Sunset Overdrive a little bit because you walk across the web, slide across the web.
Right? Yeah, it takes a little bit.
I would say Sunset Overdrive and Infamous Second Son.
Dude, the way Spider-Man runs on the walls and stuff like that's straight from Sunset Overdrive, man. You can put them side by side. You put them side by side. They're exactly the same, yo. I want to give a huge shout out to a gamer out there which gave me a notification that they will actually help me get Spider-Man. And the thing is, with that one, I'm not going to say any names. I'm not sure if they want to be put out there or whatnot. This is a person that I game on Xbox with, but they know that this game is something I've been anticipating and whatnot, and they're willing to help me get the game on my PS4. See, that is a gamer right there, man.
Oh, okay. Shameless plug. Shout out to him.
Shout out to the man with no name right now.
But yeah, to be fair, they said they took Sunset Overdrive's like animations and stuff for the parkour and put them right into Spider-Man, which I always told you that would be a great mix.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, I guess. Like I said, when I played, I didn't play much. Played like maybe 20-30 minutes of it before I left and went home. It's done. It's good. It's fun. Overall, it's fun. It's a fun time. You can pick it up. And just,
I can't wait. I got my Pro for that for that game.
Well, Von Lamont, shout out to him. He says Spider-Man been running on walls since PlayStation 2. I will say this right here. If you don't know, I'm extremely afraid of heights. Very afraid of heights, right? One of my phobias. So much so, when the first time I ever played Assassin's Creed, and you go up to the highest point, when you jump off, I literally feel it in my stomach like I'm fucking on a roller coaster, right? It's just one part of Spider-Man when you're running down a building, right? Running down a building, and he jumps off. My God. It really, like, you feel like I'm scared of heights, so I just felt every bit. I'm gonna close my eyes. Like, you really just blew my mind. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, Spider again. It's I don't think we're comparing the two, in my opinion, because they're both superhero games. You know what I mean? Of course, one is new and one is fresher. But like I said, to be fair, Batman did set the pinnacle.
He set the bar.
Yeah, set the bar, and I think that maybe Spider-Man, in my opinion, may have surpassed that. You know, but
and the game's been needing competition. These superhero games and superheroes in general are bigger than ever.
We gotta see what that story's gonna be about, though, too.
Yeah, you know, like I said, it is what it is. Playing here named Titanfall Prince called me a cracker. Jesus, my God. Anyway, moving right along. What else we got here? Something I wanted to talk about. Mike Ybarra. Did we talk about that yet? Mike Ybarra called.
Nope.
No, we didn't.
Let's go.
Mike Ybarra calls out Sony today on Twitter. It was Twitter, right? Over crossplay. What are your guys' thoughts about that?
I like it. For everybody that's been saying that Xbox staff has been kumbaya and all this and all that, you know, I like it. You know what I'm saying? Call it spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? This is anti-consumer. I mean, more people is worried about puddles than actually what's going on. That is anti-consumer. I mean, if this was Xbox, this would be still going on and talked about until Xbox made the change. So to me, it's warranted, it's needed. It's not so much about PlayStation holding, you know, locking people out in the sense of not having crossplay with with your PC or Nintendo or whatever. It's about like people can't take their progression to the next to the other consoles or to PC or their phones or whatever. That to me is just absolutely ludicrous. That screams like, hey, look, fuck you, we'll do what we want. You know what I'm saying, and you'll like it.
I mean, it's worse than that, K-Mega. They literally steal content from people. Like, imagine if you just happen to play Fortnite on the Switch for whatever reason, or you just happen to play Fortnite on the Xbox. There are people like that, and you try Fortnite on the PlayStation just once. You bring your account with you. Cool feature with Fortnite has, and more games are going to adopt it. Now that you do that just once, your account is locked to Sony. But gamers defend that. I don't know how you guys defend a corporation for doing bullshit like that, but you might want to get yourself checked if you really think that's okay.
Hey, let me point out the problem that I have with this whole thing, right, is that it really keeps the industry from moving forward because, like Bethesda came out and said recently, we can't offer a feature like cross progression or crossplay in the future if one company's not, because we can't go get crossplay and then somebody buys it on another platform and it doesn't have crossplay or cross progression. So essentially, what Sony is doing is screwing everybody else, right, on PC, on Nintendo, on Xbox, right? And all those three combined are larger than the PlayStation, you know, install base. So basically, they're saying because Sony refuses to play, nobody gets any of this stuff because you can't sit there and promise a feature and then not have that feature on a certain edition of it. So realistically, that's the point where I care about it because I actually like cross progression as somebody that plays on multiple platforms. Right. It really cross progression helps developers because that means people buy multiple versions of their game. Right. Like imagine somebody that had, like, say, Mooch. Right. He plays Destiny a shit ton on Xbox, but he plays it on PS4. Imagine if he could carry over some of his shit with him. Right. Or, you know, or Fortnite or whatever, you know, like it just makes sense that you should be able to carry over your content with you. And I think that it's kind of ridiculous that, you know,
Sony's holding it back. And crap, I think you would agree to this. Games as a service is just going to keep going forward, and they want these games to live long. Cross progressions, what have you. It helps get these developers some more money, and it helps you get content.
To point that out, there is this article: Dragon Age 4, Mass Effect 5 to be live service games. I swear, that's an article that just came out, right? And that's not the only one. There's other ones that are going to be doing basic service style games. You know, this is the type of thing we're going to get from now on. And, you know, people are going to have to realize that it's not a bad word to say it's a service game. It just means that they're going to keep supporting these games with content. And I think that that's kind of cool. But also Remedy Entertainment moving towards live services. That was an article from August 31st, 2018.
It's just the future.
Yes, they're all doing services. It's not a bad thing. It's like people are just going to have to get over that like fear type thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, I think it's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. But again, good on Mike for doing that. I guess there might be a little bit less range right now on Xbox for the main reason. Lately, I've been seeing them say a lot of things.
Yeah,
and so you want them to be the behemoth they are, and you want them to stop being so nice. Well, there you go. Mike Ybarra is not being nice there.
Hold on one second. First of all, shout out to Jason Elliott. I don't know what game you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about Spiderman. I'm just seeing your thing where y'all get the 1K or platinum in this game. I listen. I I'm not a stickler when it comes to achievements and trophies. If it comes, it comes. Once I beat it, I beat it. I'm not going out of my way doing a whole bunch of extra shit to get a trophy. That's not me. You know what I mean? I can't speak for the other guys, so I probably won't get a platinum. I might get a silver or a gold or something. It's
got to be a special game for me to want to go all out like that.
I never have gone after a platinum or complete achievements on any game.
Yeah.
Ever. I like them. Like if I get them, I get them. Like I like when it comes to achievements, man. If I pay $60 for a game, I would like to get 500 at least by beating it. But I don't go out of my way to go, oh, should I do this? And most of them are pretty good about it. With trophies, I don't really care because they just come. I don't like, you know what I mean? Like that they don't mean anything. So
crap. When it comes to achievements, I'll let you know. My whole thing is I'm not an achievement hunter or anything. If I'm playing a game and having fun, if I look at the achievements and I see that I'm up over like 70% of them, then I'll start looking to get the other 30. But like until I hit that 70% mark, as long as I'm having fun with the game, because you know me with like Halo 5, I lived on the multiplayer, and a lot of the achievements didn't have anything to do with multiplayer, so I wasn't getting a lot of those. But if I'm playing a game and getting into the story, and then I look at the achievements, I'm at like 70% or something like that, I will go for the other 30.
Hold on 1 second. Jamal King said, "How is crossplay really going to work between the three?" Hold on 1 second. Jason Fonz
just a flick of the switch, man.
Flick of Jay Fonz already said Red Dead 2 was going to crush body Spider-Man and Carlos Cresta.
Yes,
where
it
you
is.
were when Microsoft rejected Sony's pitch for crossplay last generation. So we can go
first
back
of all, people always go, "Oh, Microsoft rejected this," right? But you ask them to show us exactly where Sony go. We asked Microsoft for crossplay, and they turned it down, and you can't find it. It's always like this obscure thing where, it was like a Final Fantasy thing, right? Like Final Fantasy wasn't on there, whatever. And you're talking about stuff from a decade ago, whereas right now, with the new regime, it's like Phil Spencer, and I believe Microsoft could be in first place, and they'd still want to do this because it's a benefit, and I can see how that's going to be hard for PlayStation dudes to swallow because they've always got to deflect it to something else. It's like we're living in 2018 right now, and right now you have Nintendo, who is the biggest stickler of them all when it comes to this stuff, allowing it. They are like it's ridiculous to the point where most people can't even show Nintendo games on their YouTube still, right? And you have Nintendo allowing it, but then you have Sony just saying no. And I guess I don't get it. Like, it's not going to cause people to get less PlayStations. It's actually going to give a PR boost to PlayStation if they do.
Right.
Yeah.
But
just
it just takes
some
a
of
cut
the
from it,
questions real quick. He just asked how is it going to work. It's going to work how it is right now. If PlayStation would just allow it, is there already crossplay between PC, Switch, or whatever? It doesn't really affect you. Jay Fonzarelli with the Spider-Man. If you think Spider-Man's going to compete with Red Dead 2, you might be delusional.
No, nothing's going to compete with that. I mean,
I'm sorry, there's nothing.
That game is going to kill everything.
Yeah.
That game,
except for maybe Fallout. That's about it.
No, it's going to kill Fallout.
He's going to crush Fallout.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it don't matter to me either way. I mean, I already got Battlefield 5 already bought, but the thing for me is just like it was smart for EA to make that decision because it would have got the same treatment that Titanfall got when Titanfall 2 was cramped up between Battlefield and COD. You just don't do that to games that you've put your blood, sweat, and tears into, and knowing that they may be popular or good, but when you have a game that people have been anticipating for years, no. And it's a Rockstar game. Rockstar got that clout to do that.
Overdone saying, you guys buy an Xbox One because that's where your friends are, yet you guys bash the PS4 because of pure jealousy.
You know why? Because we think beyond our own personal
too.
Borders. That's why. We think as a gamer, all right? We're not just rooting for one preferred piece of plastic to rule them all. We're thinking about what would be good for the gaming community as a whole. That's why we're talking about this stuff.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you are a consumer. Stop thinking in a corporate mindset.
Yeah,
stop.
Me personally, I don't care about what Sony. It's what's cheaper for me. I would like to buy one version of the game and play with guys in the chat, whether you're on PlayStation, whether you're on Xbox. I don't like going out and buying 2 copies of the goddamn game. I don't care about what other platform. And that in itself. Well, I'll give you an example. Like I was trying to play Tekken and it took me a while to get a fight online. Now, if you combine the player pool, that's the way I'm looking at it. Not what depicts whoever in the best light. It's bullshit. I don't give a fuck that much. You know what I mean? But I'm looking at it as far as a gamer. You know what I mean? And me having more people to play with, especially with older titles like Mortal Kombat. I love that game to death. And sometimes it takes a little while to get a match. But if I got the PlayStation guys there, or whoever else, cool. But here's the thing. To be fair, also, I don't think that Sony's really going to feel the pressure until Nintendo releases a console that can get all of the third-party games. You know what I mean?
Which they won't.
I don't know. It was rumored over a new Switch, but I don't know if it's true or not. But if Nintendo puts out a capable console that can run all of the multi-plats and all that shit, and they're still on board with it, then then the pressure, I guess, will really be on Sony. And I don't know. Somebody else put something else in here too. I didn't see it.
Yeah, and then they're saying, "Crap, you're damage controlling God." Shaking my head.
What am I damage controlling exactly? You gotta.
I don't even know at this point. But Fonz really wants us to talk about Red Dead 2 because that is a huge game. So, do you guys want to talk about that GameStop leak? How they thought it was boring?
Listen, to be fair, here's my disclaimer. I've never really been into the Red Dead games. I said I'm going to try this one as far as the online. But they did say when they showed the game at the GameStop's Expo, they were just a bunch of horse riding and the people were falling asleep literally. So
yeah, that, in my opinion, was the dumbest shit to do. Like, I get it. Red Dead's going to be a huge game. I'm going to love it. It might be a 10 out of 10 because the first one was. But showing just horse riding sounded boring as fuck, too. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
I think
they probably don't want to give away any plot points.
Yeah, the scenery or whatever. But the game is going to be so huge, though. So I don't know. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about it. Like I said, I was on vacation, so I don't know. I think this was a silly argument. If people think that the game is going to be boring and not played, then I mean that's okay.
I'm just not going to get it because it's Cowboys, man. I can't stand anything Cowboys, so I'm completely out of that conversation. Yeah.
Oh wow, it's probably be the biggest game this holiday season.
Yeah, it is.
That doesn't. But to me, I'm not going to get a game just because everybody's getting it. Like,
I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? It's something I'm not into. I hate Cowboy stuff. I hate like. He
hates Cowboys.
I can't stand it.
Hey, damn, Showstopper in the chat saying, I'm watching this on my Xbox and Next Gen's mic has them pony whispers.
Hey, man. Top dog. The first day. Oh, shut up. He said the first Red Dead was a sleep fest. I'm not surprised. Was it one before?
I don't know what the fuck you were playing.
Hold on. So did people? Are they saying like, look, Spider-Man? I'm sorry, as great as it's gonna be, is not gonna beat out Red Dead, guys. Come on.
I'm sorry, you were
on another level,
you
man.
Think that.
They're on another level,
guys. That's the damage control. I'm not the damage control king. You guys are the kings, thinking that Spider-Man's gonna beat out Red Dead.
There's two common sense reasons why, like Red Dead is gonna crush it. First off, it's Rockstar, and Rockstar's pedigree when they drop games. And second of all, it's a multi-plat. No, it's a multi-plat. It's coming out on multiple systems. Like,
I mean, they be going after multi-plats because of Spider-Man, and that to me is the most awkward thing that I've ever seen this generation so far. It's because it's in the same realm, I guess, of Spider-Man, and they don't want the game to get as much hype or to outsell it. That's when you know that shit is outrageous and it's
I'll be honest with you. I've seen some of these people like downplay Cyberpunk 2077 because of Naughty Dog. What does that Naughty Dog have anything to do with that game?
I can tell you what it has to do with that game.
Like, you gotta be kidding me.
I'll tell you exactly what it has to do with it. Nobody else would draw that comparison, but when Sony fans see a developer step up to the plate the way that CD Projekt Red has, and with the possibility to even be better, then they get defensive and start making these like proactive type.
It's a multiplayer. They're treating it like it's an Xbox exclusive or something.
Yeah. Well, and maybe it also there's something that has to do with the fact that it's it's marketed by Xbox. I mean,
I guess so,
that could be as well. And to me, it's like
but Rockstar's marketed by Sony, so.
What'd you say? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Red Dead is, but I don't know.
Here's the main reason why it's not Spider-Man won't beat it. Because of the DLC, the online, and that's gonna be.
Dude, that's not the main reason. I think the first one sold 20-some million copies or something.
Yeah, but the reason why because of the multiplayer. People just go back.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, the multiplayer is good. Yeah, they're gonna run that. Look,
that's what's
I don't think it's gonna sell as good as GTA 5, but it wouldn't surprise me to hear in a few years it hits 50 million.
Yeah, but that's the reason why I was going to sell, because again, I was reading an article when they had the people that beat the story and actually people that played online. Same thing with Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto 5. They buy these games and the DLC, all that for the fucking multiplayer. Red Dead, whether you like it or not, whatever the case.
I'm looking forward to it, man. The 4K goodness on my X.
That game is going to be in the NPD for months to come, probably to the end of this goddamn generation.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it all when I
Dude, wasn't GTA 5 in the NPD just this last one?
Yes, sir.
Why is GTA 5 not on NPD?
I know, right? Like, people think that this is Rockstar, man. They take their time, they do things. Even if you don't like it, like, I'm not a big GTA fan, but I get why people are, and apparently, like, that's the most active game on either console online.
It's a lot of fucking fun. I've been playing it recently.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, but
I have it. Was always a big developer, but they were not GTA 5 big. Like, this is just something else.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm excited for the game, man. Like, here's the thing. I'm excited for multiple games. You got Tomb Raider, Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed. You've got Red Dead. You've got Battlefield 5. There's a lot of games coming out. Yeah. Don't remind me. But yeah, there's Forza Horizon 4. Holy shit.
I can't wait for that
I'm
game,
excited
man.
for that.
Hey, thank God for Game Pass, right?
Oh, hell yeah. That's the way
I bought
getting.
I mean, shit, that one game I was kind of interested in, Onrush. That's going to Game Pass. That's huge for me.
Yeah, that is huge.
I thought it was going to be in September 1st. Like, I was looking for it, and I'm like, dude, I can't find it, man. What the hell? But
I don't know what's going on, but at least it's coming.
It is coming. It is coming. And then Forza Horizon 4. That's why I will stand by Game Pass as pro consumer, pro business model right there. Everybody wins when it comes to Game Pass, and I love it, man.
Yeah,
man, what is a boring game, Mad Jack? Are you talking about Red Dead 2 is going to be boring? You haven't even played it yet.
Man, like I said, there's so many trolls out here. I don't even.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
I can understand the game is an Xbox game, and they want to just say the same bullshit, like they always do. But this is multiplat, guys. Calm down. Relax.
Quick. Somebody said something about something damage control and slid past me. Oh, nope. Somewhere.
All the damage control brought to you by no exclusives.
Oh, man. I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not as hyped for Forza Horizon 4. I didn't have anyone talking about the game. I'm being, I wish Microsoft could get that game out like in August and maybe give it a little time by itself on the market.
Oh, that game is going to still sell. It's going to do its numbers.
It will have legs, but it's going to get stomped out.
Actually, here's a good question by Von Lamont with $4.99. So, I think Tomb Raider is going to flop for a game coming out next week, getting no coverage. I think Spider-Man will get nominated for a Game of the Year, in my opinion.
Nope.
Now, I'm not going to say any of that, but do you guys think Tomb Raider is in trouble? Because last time it went straight up with Fallout 4 in the same day. You think it will be
not if there's. I don't think that it's gonna. I don't think that it's one of those games that just come out and just sell off the racks. It takes it. It's like heavy at the end. But if Xbox can do a deal, some wheeling and dealing, and put this game on Game Pass, maybe after at the end of the year, this game is going to do really, really well. So I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Here's the deal, guys. We have seen so much kind of like negativity when it's come to this Tomb Raider coming out.
I don't get it.
On the PlayStation side of things.
Yeah,
so guess
what?
What?
It wasn't the negativity. Guys, it was no coverage.
Don't buy the game. Don't buy the game. And let Square get into discussions with Microsoft on possibly having Tomb Raider only on Xbox.
That's not going to happen.
That would be dope.
I would thank you guys for that. Really, I would.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that won't happen. But I mean, it was either this negativity or just no talk about Tomb Raider at all. Like that's how it is with this game.
September, but it may have legs overall.
Yeah. I mean, my only stance is it competed with Fallout 4, and we gotta admit that was a huge fucking game that year, and it came out the same day. That was exclusive.
Yeah, it had a bunch of games. It was sandwiched between a couple of titles. It may get legs maybe like towards January or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it's a late seller. I mean, because I don't think the first one the first reboot sold that well in the beginning. It did, but it caught traction because it was so good. And I think in the same with the second one, it sold 1 million in a couple of months, and then it finally went to PlayStation. And I don't know how what it sold overall, but obviously
I think the game is fine
to get another sequel. So I mean,
yeah. And top dog with the $2 thing. Horizon 3, Forza Horizon was boring. Same with 4. Now, I'll be honest. I like Forza Horizon 3, but I didn't play much of it.
4, though? He said 4 was boring.
He said Horizon 3 was boring. The same will be for 4.
I'm not big into car games, but I did like the way they handled with the DLC with the Hot Wheels.
Man.
I mean, it's perfect for Game Pass. I don't really play that much, to be honest, though.
Yeah,
Yo, the best racing games on console are on Xbox. Let's be real here.
All I know is that Forza, it's boring as it is. It outsold
Hey,
God
Magic.
of War.
Hold on,
I don't know. Forza Horizon 3 so outsold God of War, so obviously it's not.
Nah, hell no.
No, hell no, it didn't sell God of War. Are you crazy?
It did outsell God of War.
No, it did not.
God of War's like
God of War might be over 8 million at this point.
Yeah.
It sold about like 8 or 9 million. From
Horizon 3?
Yeah,
but at the same point in time, no,
not at the same point. Well, I mean, the game's been out longer, but it has sold really well. So I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, like in 3 months, God of War are completely outdoing Halo 5, and
see,
I don't think Forza sold that well.
But the point I'm making is that look, if you guys are going to keep talking about sales like this, and then like if you want to project, well, what sold the fastest and things like that, that still don't make any sense. The game still
did 8
sold
million.
Well. Yeah, so it did well. Yes.
No, man, I'm gonna have to Google some of that shit. I don't.
Yeah, go look it up.
Jesus Christ, hold
But
on.
I never seen Microsoft announce those sales. But Mad Jack, well, I'm gonna go buy Spiderman.
He got some taters
join my
up
pro.
on right now, yeah.
You're gonna be in here cheerleading for Sony in the chat. So way to go.
3 sales. I don't know. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know.
Every Forza that comes out, it outsells its predecessor.
Hold on, I got some numbers here. As of February 13, 2017, it sold 2.5 million copies.
You said 17. It's 18.
I'm just saying that thing ain't sold 6 million copies since.
Man, from what I was shown, it showed, and I was sold it from a developer, so it showed me that it sold like 8 million. So I don't know.
Yeah, but then that game was also in Game Pass and everything, and it's been bundled a lot for years.
Game Pass sales don't count.
What color wasn't in Game Pass?
It's in Game Pass right now. That's what I'm saying.
What's a 3?
Yeah. That's not. That doesn't count as sales though.
That don't count the sales though.
Yeah, but it helps to get the sales. Like it encourages people to buy it.
But that's
just like renting a game.
Digital sales don't count. Digital sales do not count on like.
Wait, so it was 8 million physical sales?
No, digital. Okay, the game sold more digitally, so it did. So that's the thing. So those do count, but those don't count on
NPD doesn't count
NPDs and all that. So when you look at those, there's a lot of things that's just misconstrued when it's come to like sales. Like if you see 2.5 million, that could just be the physical sales. That's why I'm saying like that's why Microsoft went to the gone to users and things like that.
Oh my bad, I get to that in Game Pass.
Yeah, I think Forza 3 was in Forza Horizon 3 was in Game Pass. I know 2 might be, but not 3.
All right, hold on, we get the hell up out of the last thing. Von Lamont says, Neth, what's your PSN? And
it's the same as my account.
And Spider-Man is going to be at 92 on Metacritic. Yeah, okay. That's it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that thing doing.
I'm gonna need to see that. I don't know about that.
8 million, hell no. Ain't nobody. Hell no. Jesus, that's outdoing Halo or some shit. Hell no. I give it maybe 4 million tops. I know goddamn 8 million. Hell no.
No, it sold really, really well. And remember, it sold. It was on PC as well. So
that motherfucker.
And they love, and there's a lot of car enthusists out there. It sold well.
That motherfucker on PC. You already know that. They don't buy that
No, you can't bootleg that on PC unless you go. Once Microsoft do it, you can. But if you do, then Microsoft's going to shut that shit down. So
no, they can bootleg all that shit. You probably attack it online, but who gives a shit?
What was you guys were like saying? They can't bootleg Quantum Break, and what was the thing that happened day one?
That shit was out with a patch on his eye. Like this shit crazy. I remember using this shit parts of my damage control. See, look, you gonna still have to buy from the micro. They got this shit. They ripped that.
Hey, I've been watching BGC since day one. I know.
Yeah, they ripped that bitch the same day. Everything get pirated on PC, man. But again, shout out to everybody in the chat. If you guys enjoyed the show today, Be so kind to hit the like button. I hope we covered. We covered all the topics. Anthem free DLC. Mike Ybarra calling out Sony. Spider-Man early release. I got a call from GameStop today. Told me to come in Thursday at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's how big it is. Apparently, due to a high number of pre-orders, abnormally high, they're releasing it a day early.
Yeah, so I'm going to go pick it up Thursday. And we did. We covered plus more. We covered other things, right?
We cover how K Mega gets shunned in Destiny 2, right?
Yep,
like we cover that, right? As long as we got that, man.
That was a bonus.
You gotta put the welcome mat out there for him next time. Come on, man.
Red fucking carpet, man. Yeah, I gotta get the foot massager ready and everything. No, that's not going down, man.
Well, don't worry about it. I don't plan on being there. So
and shout out to the Von for the 50-cent donation. He said,
one thing we didn't talk about. One thing we didn't talk about with K Mega was how was that football game?
it was a preseason game with no starters in it at all. What am I supposed
you went
to
to see
be
the
about?
Rams get shut out by New Orleans 28-0
In a preseason game, bro. I don't relax. It was fun though. I had a great time. Though. It was fun.
Hey, great show. Let's end it off.
Yeah, with third, fourth string. Come on, man. What am I supposed to be upset about that? I mean, shit. Yeah, if I was a Raider fan, I'd be upset right now because Khalil Mack is gone.
As a Lions fan, I'm upset because my goddamn
You're
team
upset every year.
Be pro.
You're upset.
You never want to be pro.
Brethren just sit there and did the. But see, that's like me going to talk because it was a preseason game and Baker went off on the Lions like second, third team. You know what I'm saying? That don't that shit don't matter right now.
I look at preseason football like I look at fucking spring training baseball. It doesn't matter. Everybody gets hyped for it, and baseball's back. No, it's not.
I heard the Bears got somebody really good.
Yeah, Khalil Mack.
Yeah, the Raiders. I don't know what's going on there. They
gave the coach $100 million and wouldn't get the player $90 million, which is crazy.
Yeah, which is crazy as hell, man. So I don't know, but my Rams got Donald, so I'm happy. I'm happy as hell. All right. And you know what? New Orleans is a wonderful place. I cannot wait to go back again. So
you went to New Orleans,
nice. Yeah. That's where I just came back from.
Oh, look at you! Did you drive or did you fly with?
Yeah, I drove out there. How far from
Oakland was it?
It was about a 9-hour drive. But I this driving shit is overrated.
I don't like to fly, brother. So I'm all about it.
It's all about flying. Mm-hmm. So. But yeah, but it was cool that I did drive out there because I drove around in the city. Man, Frenchman Street is absolutely is amazing. Got some amazing bars out there. And what was messed up is that we went out there and I'm like, damn, it's not even Mardi Gras and it is jumping out there. But they had like some thing called something of decadence. So I guess it was some kind of like gay parade or something out there. So we started seeing all types of shit out there on Bourbon Street, man. It was wild out there. Food is amazing, man. Yeah, went to a place called Mama's. Went to the stadium food out there at the Dome. There was these nachos, man, brisket. That shit was amazing, man. They got some great foods: red beans and rice, catfish. Yeah, goddamn, baby, goddamn, great shit.
All right, okay, nice, all right. Well, listen. Shout out to all you guys. We just got a major leak from Microsoft, or not from Microsoft, someone else. I'm going to do this show probably tomorrow with a bunch of games, and we're going to talk about it. Wish it came out at the beginning of the show, but it is what it is. Thank you guys for rocking out with this show. If you enjoyed the show today, please hit the like button. If you've yet to subscribe, please subscribe. And subscribe to everybody on the panel. Thank you. Also, last but not least, if you're not following me on Twitter, I usually follow everyone back. Here's my link. I ain't been on Twitter. My shit's jumping right now. I get 1,000 notifications. Hold on. Sorry, here's my link to my Twitter. Please follow me on Twitter. We out of here. Bacon grease.
Peace. Spider-Man. Hurry up, this damn game come out so we can start talking about it.